Here are some amazing indies that seemingly disappeared after their reveals. Let's take a look at 7 indie titles to see what the latest is and if any of them are going to be releasing in 2023, including the obligatory Silksong check-in. Metal Slug Tactics was one of my most anticipated games of 2022 and actually 2023. Taking the classic Metal Slug universe and giving it new life in the tactical RPG genre in the vein of something like Into the Breach seemed like a great idea. Unfortunately, in August 2022, .mu announced that Metal Slug Tactics would be delayed into 2023. With pixel art graphics that honored the classics and a roguelike formula, Metal Slug Tactics showed plenty of promise. Unfortunately, since the delay, .mu have said nothing about Metal Slug Tactics, and Leaker Studios, the developer, have been very active on social media but about their other game in development titled Synergy, about which they post about almost weekly. With this amount of activity plus 0 posts about Metal Slug Tactics, it doesn't bode well that 2023 is going to be the year either. Little Devil Inside is one of the most perplexing games on this list. The studio has a huge pattern of missing release dates dating back to their Kickstarter, where they were planning a release on the Wii U as an achieved stretch goal. It's safe to assume that that version won't be happening, and their first targeted release date was in fall 2016 to give you a better idea. The biggest surprise is that this game was a focal point of a PlayStation showcase in October 2021, with about 5 minutes of gameplay and explanations with a 2022 release date listed at the end. Since then, there has been 0 information from PlayStation or NeoStream about this game. This is definitely a 2024 or deeper title. At E3 2021, Xbox revealed Replaced from Sad Cat Studios. It's a 2.5D sci-fi retro-futuristic game where you are an AI trapped in a human body. Xbox, E3, and indie games have a very strong track record of announcing some revolutionary titles like Cuphead, Limbo, Inside, and Ori. And with this portfolio, the expectations for Replaced became very lofty. Replaced had a release window of 2022, but after the war in Ukraine, Sad Cat Studios announced in early 2022 that they had to relocate some members of the team as the studio had offices in Belarus and Ukraine. At the end of 2022, Replaced resurfaced with another excellent trailer at the Game Awards. The good news for fans that are eagerly awaiting the release of Replaced: Sad Cat, the developers, and Coatsink, the publisher behind the game, do post about the game quite frequently on social media, which leads me to believe that a release date will be happening in fall of 2023. This is the Metroidvania that should be on the top of everyone's list outside of Silksong. They usually post updates every few months on their Kickstarter but haven't posted since April. However, there is nothing to be worried about here, as the studio is extremely active on Twitter. Initially, there was a projected release date of December 2023 early on in the Kickstarter, but the studio did respond saying that it's likely it's going to be later, but they haven't confirmed that just yet. The good news is that there seems to be some type of cryptic reveal happening on August 10th, which is likely a demo for backers, a new trailer, and hopefully even a release date or release window. This might be late 2023, but it's looking like an early 2024. The Plucky Squire was one of the highlights from Summer Game Fest 2022. The game had such a captivating concept, with you being the main character of a fairy tale storybook with the ability to move through the pages in 2D, but also jump off the pages and explore the real world around in 3D. The visuals were obviously stunning, as the studio, All Possible Futures, was founded by former Pokemon art director and gave vibes from other transformative experiences like Cuphead that broke the mold. The good news, unlike most other titles on this list, is that they haven't disappeared. Around the time of Summer Game Fest 2023, the studio released a new trailer with a 2023 release date being shown at the end. Gamescom is happening at the end of August, and publisher Devolver Digital might give this one a fall 2023 release date. Routine is a first-person sci-fi survival horror set on an abandoned lunar base with an 80s aesthetic. It was re-revealed at the Summer Game Fest 2022 and was lumped in with all the other scary space games, including Dead Space Remake, Callisto Protocol, and Fort Solis, just to name a few. Since then, nothing has been said about Routine, including Lunar Software, who have said 0 on social media since that Summer Game Fest re-reveal. This doesn't bode well for the title when you consider that it was initially revealed way back in 2012 with an anticipated release date around 2016. It also wouldn't be any type of anticipated indie list without a mention of Silksong, so here is the obligatory update. As you likely know, at Xbox Summer Showcase in June 2022, all games shown were listed to be released within 12 months, which is essentially saying that Silksong was going to be released by June 2023. Then, in early May 2023, the community manager for Team Cherry announced that even though the game did have a planned release date within the first half of 2022, they would be delaying the game to make sure it was as good as it can be, and new details would be expected as soon as the game was closer to release. Now, considering that they didn't say that they're planning for a release in the second half of 2023, it does seem like Silksong is once again going to be pushed out even farther and might be landing in 2024, hopefully.